What the heck is up, you guys? It's your boy Ace, aka Animated Heroes, here, back with another action figure review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Avengers Infinity War Doctor Strange from the Mafex gods. And I have been going all in collecting these figures. Mafex has been killing it every single time. And from the looks of it, this guy's not going to be any different. So that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at that sexy packaging so we can dive right into the figure. Now for the sexy packaging, he does come with the standard that we've been seeing with Mafex. It does fit that Avengers Infinity War color theme. You got the yellow and then the bluish purple space going on. The window where you can see the figure looking very, very nice, by the way. Not sure how I feel about the likeness of the face. It looks accurate. I still personally think SHF did it a little bit better, but I'll discuss that more in a sec. Avengers Infinity War Doctor Strange right there. Mafex number 152, Medicom toy. An image of him posing right there. Nothing much at the top. All the legal stuff at the bottom no one really cares about. We've got him with the sword right here on the side. I really dig that. On this side we've got a full body image of him using his magic, and then of course on the back you've got a ton of poses you can get the figure into, as well as all the crazy accessories that he comes with. Now that being said, let's go ahead and bust this guy open because I'm pretty excited for this one. Now straight out of the packaging, the first thing I want to say is that look wise, Mafex absolutely killed it with this figure. And I mean look wise in terms of the way they composed this figure and just the way that they executed everything, man. This is pretty much everything I have wanted in a Doctor Strange action figure. I've handheld the Marvel Legends, I've had the SHF versions, and I just wasn't really satisfied with either of those. This right here, I could already say would be my perfect Doctor Strange figure. Now that being said, I do have some issues with it, but they will probably only really pertain to mine. Well, the first couple that I have anyway. It's not something you guys will probably experience, but because it is something that happened to mine, I will have to throw it out there in the review. Now let's go ahead and take a closer look at this guy so I can show him off. First things first, let's talk about what really matters, the head sculpt. This is a beautiful freaking head sculpt, man. I don't know. The promo images didn't really do it any justice entirely. For me, it just something looked off in the face. But having it in hand, I think this looks exactly like the actor. Now, I don't know if the white lines are supposed to go all the way around his head, but they don't. Which, I mean, that doesn't really bother me. The cape's going to cover it most of the time, but I just wanted to throw that out there. Now, also, I have some issues on the head of mine. I have not had this issue since my Jared Leto Joker figure, but there are actually, like, I don't know if that's a paint chip or paint splotch or what, but two spots right here on the head, yo. That is whack. That is hella whack, man. I don't know how they did that, but that's just unacceptable for the price of this figure. But I'll talk about my other issue in just a sec. I do want to show this cape off really quick. It is heavy, so you're not really going to get it like blowing or anything like that. But if you do move it outward, it kind of looks like it's blowing in the wind. I really like what they did with this. I also like what they did with the necklace, although it can kind of get annoying because you pretty much just sit it on him. That's pretty much how it works. Now, if you want to tuck it behind the cape, you can actually unpeg that and do it this way. That's how mine came in the package, and honestly, I think that actually works better. I took it off just so I could show you guys that that's how it's done. I don't know if every one of them are going to come that way, but that gets it out of the way automatically. So I think that works in terms of keeping it out of the way and keeping it tucked behind that cape. Now, in terms of the chest, I already showed you that you can peg that on the cape, and he comes with an alternate chest piece I'll show later, and alternate back piece for taking the cape off and using other accessories. But just all the way down, man, this is a very, very good looking figure. There's some subtle shading in there, subtle, I said that wrong, subtle shading in there, not very noticeable, but it is there, especially along like the pants and things. You can see it more down at the bottom. Not sure how well it's picking up on camera. There are the legs for you guys. It does have the drop down method. And then we move on to my last problem. You guys probably already noticed it, but yes, I have 2 right feet, and that is a freaking bummer, man. I don't know how this happened. I mean, I guess something just went wrong in the warehouse. I don't know, but I have already messaged Ami about it, so hopefully I can get that replacement. I've sent them the pictures and everything that they need, so I'm just waiting on a response. Thankfully, if they do send it, this foot does just kind of pop off, so I can just take the new one, put it on there, and hope for the best. But you guys that check this video out, hope for the best for your boy, because if they replace that, then this will dang near be a perfect Doctor Strange. Anyway, let's go ahead and put him back so we can see how tall he stands. Now, for the height of this figure to the top of his head, Doctor Strange actually stands right at about 6 inches, maybe a little bit over it, but just barely. And I think that's fine. He is going to scale very well with the other Avengers figures. I know that because I've already recorded this video. This is the re-recording because my audio was messed up. So, yeah. Now moving on to the articulation. I took the cape off just so you guys can see what's going on here. But he looks up only about that much. You kind of got to pull the head forward and then tuck the hair to the back of the neck. That's the only way you can really get him to look up. Even still, he doesn't look up very far. Looks down pretty good. He does get really good range in terms of tilt and everything. Arms go up and out about that much, so T-poses are no problem. He does have a butterfly joint, but because of the way this chest piece is sculpted, you don't really get much range out of it. You can bring the arms in about that far, which I think is actually decent. So it works for all his magic poses and everything. He does have a bicep swivel, single jointed elbow, which you can still get pretty good range out of it. You just kind of got to mess with the arms. You can get him relaxing, posed up, walking with his hands behind his head if you want to, whatever you got that you want going on. As far as the hands, they are on a hinge, limited by just the sleeves, which is to be expected. He doesn't have a diaphragm joint. It's all in one joint right here, and I think it's probably a double ball peg, but he does lean back about that much, forward about that much, a little bit of rocker and swivel. As far as the legs go, they are on the drop down method, so you can pull him down. He can kick all the way out, no problem. Even without the drop down method, he can do the splits pretty far, and this is a soft plastic, so it doesn't hinder too much. He does have a built-in thigh swivel. The knees are actually single jointed, which is a bit of a bummer, but I mean, with all these pieces right here, do you really need him to do more? He unfortunately can't. There is a swivel at the knee, if that counts, not sure. But yeah, you can swivel that. Foot goes down only about that much, up quite a bit actually. He does get really good ankle rocker, and he does have a toe hinge. So articulation wise, definitely decent. Not the best, but I mean, it still holds up to Mafex quality. Now for the accessories on this guy, I'm actually going to show this a little bit different than usual because of the fact he comes with so many, and I already recorded this and I don't want to go through it again. So first off, he comes with a pair of relaxed hands. He comes with a chest piece with the 2 peg holes in it. He actually comes with, this is an alternate back piece that has these 3 holes. I'll show you guys what that's for a little bit later. Hopefully he'll stand back up. He comes with his cape, of course, which pegs onto the chest, as I showed you guys already. He comes with 2 different necklaces, one where the time stone is being hidden, and then one where you can actually see the time stone. And let me zoom in on this. Let's see if I can get that to focus. Yeah, there it is, kinda. You can see the green in there. Anyway, he comes with an alternate head sculpt. Let's try this. There we go. There's that focus that I'm looking for. And this is one where I guess he's like a little bit more angry. It almost looks the same as the original, but you can see that the eyes are kind of squinted a bit. So yeah, he comes with another chest piece. This is for when you have him posed without the cape, and pretty much all you do is just peg that on there. Very easy, very simple. And then here is the original back piece, which goes on the back so you don't have those peg holes on there in case you want to pose him without the cape. Then he does come with this really dope magic effect. I really like this a whole lot. And from the looks of it, it just plugs into one of the hands. Now, speaking of hands, he comes with a ton, you guys. A ton. Let me move my camera up so you guys can see this. And like I said, this is a little bit different than usual, but sorry guys, I don't want to go through the hassle of this. But as you can see, he comes with a pair of fists, another pair of fists, a pair of relaxed hands or grabbing hands, a pair of magic hands, a pair of jutsu hands, a pair of hands for creating the time portal or travel portal. He comes with 2 pair of relaxed magic hands, and I think, yeah, as you can see, one of these actually has the peg hole in it. That's the ones at the top. I don't know why he comes with 2 sets of fists. That's weird because I don't see that he holds anything. Oh, actually, one of the magic effects plugs into the top of the fist, so that's why. Anyway, he does come with a bunch of onion rings. He comes with 2 big ones, 2 medium-sized ones, and then 2 smaller ones, and then he comes with 2 small golden effects. He comes with his sword, which is probably my favorite accessory, and then he comes with this technique that he used on Thanos. I don't know what it is, but it looks super cool. And also, so do these little magic pieces here. When I saw these in the promo images, they didn't really capture my attention very much, but in person, these look really dang good, man. I like these a lot. And that is not it. The best accessory that he comes with is these right here. These hands are so dope, man. And I love the way that they executed these, because you can actually have these on him with or without the cape. If you want him without the cape, you just plug it into the back like this. But if you want it where he has the cape on, you actually plug this piece into the back, put the cape on, and then this magnet is strong enough to hold through the cape. And I'll show you guys that right now. It just looks so cool. So I'm going to try to do this on camera without fumbling, but as you can see, I did put the cape on him. I separated the arms, and pretty much this is all you do. You lift up the cape and you line this up properly. It's so difficult to do this with a freaking ring light, but I'm trying. You guys better give this video a like for me doing this. Let's see. There we go. I don't know if it's on there. Yep, it's on there. I felt it peg. So there it goes right there. As you guys can see, those hands are plugged in there, and then all you do is line this up, find the right spot, and there you go. That is sick, man. That is very freaking sick. I can't think of any better way to have done this. Mafex truly killed it with this accessory. This is a brilliant idea. Now moving on to some size comparisons. Here he is standing next to a couple of other Mafex deliveries. We have him standing next to the Mafex 1.0 Spider-Man Homecoming figure. This Tom Holland head sculpt is actually from the Night Monkey version, so this did not come with the original. He's also standing next to the Mafex Avengers in-game Iron Man, which I think is the perfect Iron Man. This is such a great figure. And then, of course, the Mafex in-game Captain America, which is dang near a perfect figure as well. They are really killing it with these Avengers releases, man. Next up, here he is standing next to an SH Figure Arts Avengers Infinity War Black Panther, who scales perfectly with him, a Mafex Infinity War Thor, and one of the SH Figure Arts Guardians of the Galaxy Star-Lord. And I realize he's kind of leaning to the side here, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. He's shorter than he should be anyway. Here he is standing next to a couple of SH Figure Arts. We have him standing next to the SH Figure Arts movie Black Widow, the SH Figure Arts Avengers Infinity War Thanos, and an SH Figure Arts Nick Fury. Now last but not least, here he is standing next to a couple of legends for my people who love to get their mix up on. We have him standing next to the first Doctor Strange in Multiverse of Madness, who I really wish we would have got the zombie version of him. That would have been dope. Hasbro, what are y'all doing? We got him standing next to Wong, who was dope in the movie, but they did my boy dirty. And then lastly, we have him standing next to America Chavez, who I think she's absolutely gorgeous in real life. But wait a minute, hold on, how old is she? FBI, open up! And here we have it, my better late than never Doctor Strange review. And guys, I gotta be honest with you, This was a pain in the ass to shoot. So you guys better hit that thumbs up button on this one, because I had to review this figure twice because of my audio, and then on top of that, there was just a ton of issues with this one, man. Doing the accessories, parts kept falling, looking for them on carpet. I was really working my butt off to try to get this out to you guys, and I hope that you guys appreciate it. Now, the figure itself, if you want to know my final thoughts, I'll be honest. This is a very solid figure, man. Literally, the issues that I have with it are probably something that only pertain to mine. I don't mind the single jointed elbows or the single jointed knees, because for the most part with the elbows, I mean, he can still get the same range as a double jointed elbow. Maybe not all the way in terms of bending, but it still gets pretty good. Then in terms of the knees, with all the pieces that he has around his sash and everything, you can't really use that very well anyway. So that doesn't bother me. You can still get him into those flight poses. They still look natural. Everything really looks good. So I can't complain about the articulation. If you guys have a problem with that, then hey, I understand, but it doesn't bother me. In terms of accessories, there's literally nothing more I could have asked for. Maybe a portal, but this comes with the Marvel Legends version, by the way. This didn't come with him, but I mean, this figure was already $120, $130, I think is what I paid for this guy. Adding this in probably would have made it another 30, 40 bucks, and then I would have been questioning whether I was actually going to buy it or not. And so I think Mafex made a smart decision not to include the portal, so I'm fine with that. But everything else, the arms were genius. All the magic effects, the sword, they literally took what SHF did and then they amped it up even more. And you just can't go wrong with that. Maybe a sleeping head like the SH Figuarts version, that would have been cool. But it's not necessary. I mean, I wouldn't really utilize it, so I can't complain. Overall, I think this is a really dang good Doctor Strange figure, man. They did the cape justice. You can pose him with or without it. So many hands, so many accessories. I know I'm repeating myself, but this is just a good figure, and I want to make sure that I iterate that because of the fact that I hope you guys didn't pick up that I was frustrated during this review. But overall, that is my review. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If so, give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up anyway for me dropping this and working my butt off to do it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit the bell icon to be notified whenever I upload new content. And lastly, but most importantly, follow me on everything you see listed in the description below to keep up with my activity outside of YouTube. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe wherever you are, and bye.